Okay. So first was Playwright, and you guys learn how to write automated tests and also how to write the test in very organized way using POM. But you probably had some light idea about JavaScript because that's what we are using to write our code. We didn't go in depth in JavaScript, so this is something that we're going to probably go moving forward. And then you guys learn GitHub, right? And then this could not be, I guess, not in depth yet. In GitHub, you guys only learn how to push repo and then push and pull code as you are making changes, right? Okay. Then also in GitHub, you can learn how to run tests in CI, the CI server, basically running the test directly from GitHub rather than you running it. So that's something that I don't think I'll cover anytime soon. You guys not ready for that yet. So even with these two, that kind of completes the package of automation, right? You'll be writing test automation, and then you'll be pushing or pulling code as you write test cases. If you join a team for the first time and they already have a framework in place, they already have test automation, you're going to be, first you're going to need the repo link, right? So you're gonna use the link to pull the code. You're gonna just do only npm install and then you're good to go. You're gonna be running the test, and then once you contribute to the repository, you will then push the code. Okay. How many people here still feel that they're not very confident, even though they pushed and pull whatever, right? You're still not confident about your test cases, how this works, right? So with the VS Code that we learned from the VS Code itself, that if you have VS Code connected, it tells you what are the changes that you're making, right? And then you're able to commit and push as needed. Okay. That is one good thing about being able to not proficient in commands, but you're still able to push and pull code. You don't have to be like really, really proficient in writing the commands anymore because GitHub has pretty good plugin for VS Code. I think what matters is that if you can write the test automation, this is going to be your bread and butter. And obviously, before that, before you even get to the test automation framework, the manual testing process, which is, you guys already know, STLC will be your core. This is your core. This is what makes you a test expert, right? You're going to become a QA engineer or QA analyst. And this makes you a QA engineer who's able to now take these tests and automate them to make the test cases more efficient and also save a lot of time and money for their team. And then obviously GitHub is where you're going to put your code, so that way the collaboration and you're able to share code, you're able to have any less conflict between having the codes. Let's say you're working on this framework, your coworker is also working on the same framework. Without GitHub, your version and his version is going to be different within the next couple of weeks as you are adding test cases. But with GitHub, it's not the case where you're working on your own version. You're pushing only the changes by end of the day, and so is your coworker. And only the changes are going into the master. So that means end of the day, not only that you're going to be pushing your code, you're also going to be pulling other people's code as they also pushed their code, right? Let me open up maybe
So
somewhere
when we
can
actually
draw.
pull the code,
You're going to be pulling time to time, right? Because you don't know when somebody pushed it, right? You have 5, 6, 7 coworkers maybe, right? And you can't really say when they when they're pushing it. But my suggestion would be, before you start working on something, just pull the code first. So at least you start with, all up-to-date code. And then let's say it took you 2 days to write your test cases. In that 2 days, there is a chance that your coworker already put some more code, right? So now if you're pushing your code, it's going to say, wait a minute, your version is no longer same as the version that you left, right? And that is called a merge conflict. That is a conflict, right? So now in that case, you're going to learn something new today, which is called stash and unstash. So you're going to basically take your changes, temporarily move them to a temporary file, and then you're going to pull the changes from the master. And then once you have your local branch up to date, you will then apply your change back, and then you'll be pushing. So that this way it really solved the conflict. So this is one of the interview questions. And I guess the question would be like, oh, how do I even do that? Because I don't want to copy everything and then do it manually one by one, line at a time. That's gets really, too much to do. But that's why we have Git plugin right here where you can say stash. Okay. If you use this stash option, you're going to be able to take all of your files that you made changes to and put it into temporary folders and files. And then you pull your code, you go ahead and pull it from the master, and then you can reapply, which is called unstash. So once you have stashed, you'll see the option for unstashing your changes. So let me go ahead and actually give you guys some visuals, because I don't know if you guys are confused right now what I'm talking about.
I'm a little confused, but if you show the visuals, probably help.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull up something here. Okay. This is from the previous stuff. Let's go ahead and start with a clean slate. Okay, so first, okay, this shape, let's think that they're just the round shape is a Q engineer. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you got 5 Q engineers. The bigger they are, the more experience they have. Just visualize it. And now you have a Git repository. The way that you pushed it, this is your Git repository initially, and this is maybe your master branch. Okay, so this is your master branch. Everybody gets an assignment at the same time, right? So all of these guys, all 5 of them got assignment. So now, what do you think they will do, right? So everybody have their own computer, correct? And in their own computer, they cloned this. They took the master. So let's say the very first day of work. So each person, let me just see if I can draw a line. Where is it? Shape. Nah, this is okay. So this guy has his own computer, okay? And we're gonna use this as a computer. Oh. Okay, and then let's see if I can move around. Okay, this is his computer. And then this is the other computer for the other guy. And this is the other computer, and this is the other computer, and this is the other. Okay, so you got 5 computers for all 5 guys, right? That's their laptop, company issued, whatever is the case, right? So now, what they did, they cloned the master. That doesn't mean they just took it directly from GitHub and it's done. It's no longer there. This is in cloud, okay? So in order for them to run the test, they have to pull this here, right? So this is called cloning, right? And the way that you clone when you start in a very clean way, let's say brand new, like if once you open your, let's see, I'm gonna open my VS Code for the first time, and you'll see that it gives me an option. And don't lose me here, because I'm making a point. Okay, so then you see Git clone repository. So like on your in your workplace, you're gonna click on this and then you're gonna clone it from GitHub. Okay, so you'll use that link that you guys sent me as a homework to clone it. And once you do the cloning, right? So let me just clone somebody's work, okay? I'm gonna pull somebody's repository here so I can contribute. So let's see whose one was the last one. Okay. So Farah's one was the last one. So I'm gonna take Farah's repository, right? And I'm gonna say I wanna clone this. So I'm gonna paste it here, okay? And I'm gonna enter. And it says, okay, where do you want it? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my downloads temporarily. I'll probably create a new folder, temp, right? For example, so I created a temporary folder, and I went ahead and you know, cloned her stuff. So what happened just now is that as one of the developer from here, right? So for them to start working, they had to clone it, and that's exactly what I just did. And now I have everything. Now I can say, okay, these are some of the tests. I'm gonna go ahead and fix them or update them, whatever is the case, right? So I don't have my assignment yet, okay? But this is the same exact one. So now that I have this cloned, this is my local master. As you can see, there is a main right here. Main and master is the same thing, depending on what you name. So if you name main, then it's main, okay? So now this is my local main. That means this belongs to my computer as main. But then on the URL right here, this is a remote main, okay? This is a main that belongs to the server, or at least in the cloud. Okay, think that way. This main and this main is no longer same for a few reasons, right? Right now, at this moment, is the same, right? Because I cloned it. It's exactly the same. But now, let's say I go ahead and add a comment here. This is a test, okay? And now it's no longer same, okay? Because this main has some changes, okay?
What's the difference between main and master? Are they the same thing?
Whatever you name it, you can.
Okay.
You have a choice between main and master. You can choose what you wanna,
Got it.
So now this was cloned from here. At the same time, they cloned this one here. This guy also cloned. This guy also cloned. So all 5 of them had to clone so they can work. Let's say the version, I'm gonna give it a number as a version so we can kind of track this. So let's say master right now is 1.0, right? Of the version of the code, and everybody has 1.0. Fine. So now, very next day, this person was fast because he has more experience. He decided to push his code. Okay, so since he pulled it, he worked on it. What he did next is that from here, before he pushed back the code, so this came this way. Let me just put the arrow. The code came exactly in this direction. Now his job is to, since he made the changes, I'm going to resemble the changes by this and this line, this line. That means this, he just made some change or maybe added new tests. Now he wants to put it back here so everybody can see it or whatever, right? Or create a pull request. In order for him to push it back right here to master, he's going to update the version to 2 as part of his change, but he's also going to go ahead and push this code. He can choose to push, if he's the admin, he can push it directly to main. But what he will do, instead of doing that, he's going to create a new branch and say test whatever, like like feature added comment, right? For example, so I added comment. This is my branch name. Okay. Now that I have my branch name, I can go ahead and push my changes. Okay. So at this point, this master is still 1.0, and this person just pushed his branch. his branch is going to be in the cloud also. And what's going to happen is that his branch is going to be under here, somewhere here. And his branch is basically contains some, new changes. And let me give also the version. He's going to also change the version of it. It's going to be 2.0 the moment someone accepts the change. Okay, so now he's waiting to be accepted. So that's like a pull request at this moment, right? So remember, somebody has to approve your change. So now these guys are still working. They have no idea what's happening. This is what this guy is doing. Okay. So a manager comes and say, "Oh, I like your changes. Very good. I'm gonna merge it." Okay. So when you do the merging, the next thing happens is that from this branch, only the difference, the deltas, okay, whatever is the change will move to master, nothing else. So the moment this is merged, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and probably fill this with something. So this is merged to here and this number changed. Let's see if I can change the number. Now it became 2.0, right? So now it's 2.0 because the changes from here is merged here because somebody approved it. Okay, it's 2.0. These guys still working on things and they all have 1.0. Okay. Now our second test developer or QA engineer is ready to do the same thing because he worked and he also finished. So this guy wants to push back his code. Okay. So he's gonna create the same thing. Okay, first, this is his changes. It's no longer the same. He went ahead and created the branch name that I showed you guys. And now he pushed his branch. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put his branch right here in the cloud. Okay, and he is 3.0, let's say. 3.0. So this guy went ahead and pushed his changes. And this 3.0 is waiting to be merged and accepted by somebody. Okay. Now, this thing, let's say he went ahead and somebody accepted it, right? But now his changes will override these changes, right? You know why? Because, his code didn't even have these changes, don't even have these changes. So what GitHub is going to do is prevent that, right? That's the reason why GitHub is there for, right? So these changes that he has in 3.0, and let me know if I lost you guys, okay? So when he wants to push his 3.0, but then he actually updated his 1.0, right? And that's the version that he wants to update to. Now, the moment he got accepted, let's say this code was accepted and it's ready to be merged here, right? It's called merger, code merger. The moment the code merger takes place, GitHub will do a check. Okay, GitHub has a series of checks and it will say, wait a minute, you're about to erase all the changes that this guy did because your branch do not have his changes. Does that make sense? Do you guys understand what just happened? Yeah.
Yes.
So far
I have
with
a
me,
question,
right?
Drew.
Mm-hmm.
So at any time there is a new version, right? So in this case, it's 3.0. Does it always supersede the master copy? It always kind of like erases the master and then replaces it if approved by the manager.
It doesn't replace. No, it doesn't.
Oh,
It doesn't completely replace. It will go ahead and put the difference, right? So it will see, yeah, the change only.
Oh, okay.
But then let's say the change happened. So this guy updated the same exact file, and this guy also updated the same exact file. GitHub is going to say, wait a minute, we have a conflict. Okay, it is the same exact file. Now, let's say this guy already made the changes and updated and pushed. But then this guy worked on a completely new file and everything is different. There is no relation between these two, meaning the files were different. He didn't go and use the same exact file, whatever is the case. Then GitHub will intelligently merge So it will keep the changes of this guy. On top of that, it will also keep the changes of this guy because there is no conflict, right? You guys understand?
Yes.
So after the approval, if 3.0 dealt with any of the file that this guy had or 2.0 had, remember this came from 1.0. This guy came from 1.0 and we already at 2.0. So if this person touched any of the file that both of them actually touch the same file, for example, then GitHub is going to give you a warning. GitHub is going to say, hey, there is a merge conflict. And obviously you're not going to be able to merge anything at all. Because if you are merging, if you want to merge for real, you have to use a command called force, okay? And you should never use this. You should never use it. If you use this force thing, what's going to happen next is that it's going to override this guy's change. 2.0 is going to be done. It's going to go straight to 3.0. All the changes that this guy did is going to be done, gone. So instead of erasing somebody else's code, if GitHub tells us there is a merge conflict, and usually the person who review your code will tell you, like, hey, I see a merge conflict. You will also see it yourself when you ready to merge your PR. It will tell you on your PR right here somewhere, right? When you create a PR, if you go to the pull request and you have an open pull request here, it will tell you like, hey, here is your pull request has a conflict that you need to fix. So how do we fix it? I'm not going to talk about commands. I'm going to tell you just generally, just try to understand the idea behind, right? So now if that is the case, there is a conflict, what this guy is going to do, he's going to take all of his changes and put it away. Okay, and this is called stash. Okay, so all of his changes that he had, he's going to remove it for temporary, right? So it's called stash. So he's going to temporarily remove his changes. So now he went back to 1.0, and that means he did not touch any file that this guy touched. Okay. Then what he's going to do, he's going to pull 2.0 into this branch. Okay. Now this branch now has the latest change from the master, from the latest master. Now that it has it, this guy will go back and say, now I'm ready to apply my changes back. It's called unstash, okay? So now he's going to apply his changes back, and now there is no conflict, and he's gonna go ahead and push, okay? So now this becomes, the master becomes which version now?
3.0 with 2.0 included in it.
Exactly. Even though there was a problem, merge conflict, it was resolved by this guy, right? He realized, okay, I made it too late. Somebody else already pushed something. I'm gonna pull his changes while my changes is gonna be in a temporary file, and then when his changes comes to my branch, then I will unstash my changes. Now there is a possibility when you apply back your changes, it will give you options. Hey, it seems like this is the exact same line of code that you updated and the other guy updated too, and he's gonna show his name and your name and all that. Which one do you want to keep? So you get options and you can choose, you can click, and choose which ones you feel like are the right lines of code that you want, right? And you could ask me, how do I know which one is the right? If you updated the same line of code and the other guy did the same line of code, that means you had a reason to do it after him, right? So you can choose which line of code would be the one that you want for your code to work, for your test to work. In addition to that, you can also ask the other person to make sure that you're not overriding anything at all from his side.
Does GitHub allows you to like check out like a test case and edit it and check back in like how SharePoint does or anything else?
Well, that's not the way. I mean, you were gonna pull, you were able to pull the entire repository. You can pull changes as it goes. You can pull different versions. You can pull different commits. and every commits have an ID. So you can actually even check out, you can go back in time. You can do a lot of things that SharePoint cannot do, trust me. So now these guys did their work. This guy is behind by 2 commits. Okay. Number 3, this guy is behind by 2 commits. This guy is ready to push his code. Right. And he got the branch and everything. He's pushing his branch. And now he have a bigger conflict because now not only that he has to worry about this guy's changes, you have to worry about this guy's changes. Okay. So both changes, now he's ready to merge his code there, but then he sees that there is a lot of issues in different files because this guy has made changes and he just made changes. So what do you think is going to happen, right? He's going to stash his changes. All of his changes are going to be removed temporarily. I'm going to show you guys right now how to do stashing. So you guys know I made these changes. I'm going to go ahead and go to GitHub. See, my changes are here. I made this change. I'm going to go ahead and stash it. Click on stash. I can also click on this one that will be doing everything at all. But this one is sufficient enough. I'll click on stash. Next thing is it says, what is the message, right? You can put a message. You can say temporary, whatever, temp file or whatever. Enter, and the changes is no longer there. You see, the changes are gone. I can now, let's say I pull the latest, right? I can go ahead and pull, and boom, it says there is no tracking. Okay, but obviously this is a brand new branch which does not exist over there. So I'm going to go ahead and publish this branch. Oh, okay, never mind. I cannot push because I'm not part of her project. So now I can actually pull from master to make sure, you see, merge branch. I can go and make sure that I get everything from the main. When you see main head, that means this is coming from the GitHub, basically. Also origin main is the same. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it, and it will pull the latest changes up to date. And now I can apply back my changes. Okay, so I can go back in here. I can say, now let's go ahead and stash. I'm going to go ahead and find apply the latest stash basically right here, which was the last one. Boom, and it will change and it will put the code back. So no matter how many files you make changes to, you can temporarily remove, and then you can put them back to remove a merge conflict. Now, what is a merge conflict and how do you remove? This is the interview question. I'm going to ask one of you guys. Let's see. Okay, I'll start with Marijana. Can you explain to me what is a merge conflict and how do you fix a merge conflict?
I'm not exactly sure how to explain it.
Okay, let's move on to the next. Evelina.
I'm here, Joel, but I'm like a little behind with everything.
Okay. All right, let's see. Who should I choose next? I just want to know your understanding, right? Because if I move forward from this and you guys didn't understand anything at all, then it's just gonna be more to your list, right? Okay, let's see. Lahul.
Yeah. So when you explain the merge conflict, was like you meant by when I made the change and my coworker made the change and we merged it to the same branch, and that time there was a conflict, right?
Not exactly, but okay. How do you resolve the merge conflict?
Okay, the resolved one. Okay, resolved one. I didn't really catch that one, but I remember the merge conflict. That's what you meant, right?
So all of you guys did not catch how to resolve merge conflict.
Isn't this what you just show us right now?
Just right
Basically-
now, like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
'Cause,
basically,
this is what I'm
Sorry.
talking about, guys. You guys
Yep.
have to let me know
Yep.
if you don't understand.
So it's basically me and my coworker working on the same piece of, like, we're working on the same test cases. We were running the same piece of code and the same line. So he wrote one, I wrote one, but GitHub doesn't know who to choose because the GitHub doesn't know which is the correct one. So you do a stash and you take a look at which is the correct one. You unstash it, something like that.
Or apply a stash, basically. If
Yep.
you're looking at the, so unstash is actually a command. Stash is actually a command from GitHub. Okay, so you guys want me to explain again, or you guys kind of got it?
Explain again, please.
Okay, a merge conflict is when, because remember, you're writing your test cases and you're pushing, you're asking for an approval here, which is your pull request. And then it goes to master. All of your changes only, not the whole branch, just the changes. Now, you're working with 5 people, 5 of your coworkers together. The first person goes in, he makes some changes, and he added maybe 2 test cases. He got approved by the manager, for example, and that was pushed to master. Okay, you're still working on it. You do not have his changes yet. Okay, his code you don't have. When you're ready to push and you probably added the test case in the same exact file, now GitHub is going to say there is a conflict because it's the same file updated by you and your coworker. Your coworker updated ahead of time, which is already in master. So your master will have commit that are ahead of you, and your branch will have commit that are behind the master. Okay, so this is actual terms. If you look at on GitHub, you'll see it says, oh, you're behind by 2 commits. That means that 2 people already pushed code before you. So in that case, if you don't see any conflict, that means those changes are not on the same exact file. But if you do see conflict on your branch and says, hey, this branch or this pull request cannot be merged, and you see red marking because it cannot be merged, then you know what to do. You have to pull the latest master, okay, to your branch before you can ask for somebody to merge code to the master. Okay, now if you're reviewing somebody's code, so now there is a lot more use cases to this. It's not just like, oh, it's a merge conflict and that's it. This is not the only thing. Suppose you're working on your branch and your coworker say, hey, I have a function that I just created, and this can be very, very useful to all of you guys. So you guys want it, and you realize you need it immediately. And this guy didn't push his code yet. He only pushed his branch. What you can do is that you can actually push all the changes from his branch to yours, and then continue to work. And when you're ready, you can push it to master. What that's going to do, even though your coworker is going to push it at some point, the credit goes to the person who wrote the code, not somebody who pulled the code, right? So you'll see it's never going to say, just because you have like 3-4 pages worth of code that you pulled it from your coworker, it doesn't mean you wrote it. GitHub knows already who wrote it. So you don't even have to like think that you're copying. You're not copying. When you push the code, it's going to put the right name. Who each line have ID. Each line of code will have ID and name who did that, okay, for a reason. And GitHub tracks all of that to provide many, many metrics. One of the metrics is used by engineering manager for developers to decide whether somebody needs help, meaning a developer didn't push code for 2 weeks for you know, whatever reason. He didn't push any code. That just applies one thing or implies one thing, is that either he needs help or he's not able to do his work, right? Because he hasn't pushed anything. His only job is to create code and push, right? He's a developer. So then maybe the manager will be able to reach out to the right person and say, hey, do you need help? And maybe he says, no, I'm good. You sure? Because I haven't seen any code being pushed, right? So same thing can happen to you. You're essentially going to be a developer who's going to be writing code, and it's going to be very much visual, because we don't go based off of like, oh, maybe I did it or maybe I don't. They will see the code when you push it. They will look at your code.
So Jewel, do you think it's a good idea if all of us, like you create a repository for us and all of us work on the same repository, just like pretend we're in
Yeah,
a
yeah,
company?
yeah, for sure. Yeah. So maybe what I'm gonna ask you guys to do is pull my repository, but I have to still see what's going on here. But you guys can pull my repository, but I have to give you all access to the repository for you guys to work on that. So you guys can create a pull request. So let me do one thing. I'm gonna share my repository. I think you guys already have my repository, right?
Can you share
if
it
you guys
again on
have
this
it,
chat?
yeah, I'll share it. So the remaining of the class, what's gonna happen is that I want you to pull my repository. I want you to create a very small test. It could be 2, 3, 4 lines. Okay, something that will take less than 5 minutes. So don't kill yourself with anything bigger. And then I want you to push that code so we can see what happens. These, whatever I describe, we're going to do it live with all of us, as long as you're able to pull my code and make changes to it. Okay. So first I have to give you guys access. Everybody has their GitHub account, username I need. So that way I can give you guys access. So I'll go into my branch, which is Playwright Automation. Okay. And then I'm gonna go into setting. I will find collaborators. Okay. Fine. Okay, now I'm gonna start adding you guys. Okay, so I need people's email, or give me the same exact email that you use for your GitHub account, otherwise you don't have access. So starting here, okay, let me see. Okay, let's go, guys. Type it in the chat, your username. Okay. Make sure you know exactly what you're doing. You're cloning, right? You're gonna be cloning. You guys saw the cloning of the repository. Invite to Playwright. Okay. Add people. Okay. Okay, I don't need your GitHub link or anything. I just need your email or your username from GitHub. Okay, and some of you guys, I want you guys to create maybe one file, and some of you guys should work on the same exact file so you can see the conflict. Let's see.
Jewel, can you just share the link to your repository so this way you can just grab it?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, let me give you guys GitHub. Okay, Playwright Automation. Okay, go there and then go ahead and clone this from your VS Code. Start fresh. So that way, some of you guys that already got access, go ahead and make sure you check your email or whatever. You have to accept though, okay? Make sure you accept it. Okay, pending. You guys didn't accept yet, okay? Okay, I think this one's left. User has been invited, okay. Time already accepted. Okay, I think Evelina did that also. Galina, we're waiting. Lahal, we're waiting. Okay, Jaidul, let me add you. Okay, make sure you accept. Most of you guys did that already. I think I have accepted. Okay, that's fine. Who else is okay?
So
Anybody didn't get the email?
I have a question. When I clone it, do I put it in there? It says open in a new window, or add to workspace? Open a new window, right?
Just open a new window so you can kind of like don't edit to workspace. So you know you're working on something new, not like the previous repository. And there is a possibility you'll be working on multiple repositories, so it's best practice that you kind of put them separate. Okay, what do I do next? You have to clone the repository. Okay, so you guys remember how to clone it? So this is your first day at work. The coworker only shared the link, nothing else, right? You come in here, you know how to clone it. You just copy this whole line. And then remember what we did in the beginning? You go to your VS Code, start from fresh, maybe. You can probably also, let's see, open from duplicated. Okay. I will show you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. And I will, let's say, open the VS Code one more time for those who didn't pay attention before. You click on Git repository, okay? You'll then paste it here. Oh, not the. You'll then paste the link here, and then you're gonna create a new folder if you want to, and then it'll clone it for you, okay? And then you'll see the code right here. Just choose a complete new window so we can see the difference. Once you do that, the next thing is I want you to create a new branch. All the branch name is going to start with this, okay? This is the name. I don't want any other names but this, okay? All the branch name is going to say feature, okay? And depending on your, let's see, go back in here. Operation. Okay, so MD, anything you haven't still accepted. And then we have two people that didn't accept. Are we good to go, or you guys don't have like computer or something like that?
I shared a picture on the group. I get a warning on the bottom right. It says please install Playwright test via running. I just shared it. What's this mean on the WhatsApp group?
Okay, this is after you cloned it.
Yes.
Okay, you can ignore it because we're gonna run this anyway. This is just telling you ahead of time. We're gonna have to install stuff by npm, not because npm is package already has all of these stuff that we need, right? Package manager. So if you do npm, it will download all of these stuff that we need. Okay, so we have, okay, you guys should get emails, right? So Hussein, you didn't get an email?
Yeah, I got the email in my
Did you
mobile,
accept?
but when I click on it, I see the 404.
Yeah, don't do it from the phone. Are you doing the class from the phone or
No,
from
no,
the
no, no.
computer?
I'm from the laptop, but
Okay,
it's my
so let's
different.
do it from the laptop. You're
Mhm.
not gonna be able to pull things from.
Yeah, just give me a second. Okay.
Yeah. Everything you should do it from the computer until you become an expert. Then you can do
Can I
from
get
wherever you
1
want.
minute? Yeah.
Mhm. All right, so I need to know who was able to clone and who wasn't able to. So
I am able to clone it. I see all your test
you
cases.
cloned. Okay.
Yep.
Who else is waiting? Anybody that need help cloning?
I need
Yes,
help.
can you just walk us through one more time?
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
so I'm gonna
yeah.
take somebody else's repository and I'm gonna clone it just like how you should be cloning mine. So hold on a second. Okay, this is gonna be your first day of work, right? So when you go to work, they will only give you a link like this because if you're an automation person, automation expert, you shouldn't need somebody to come in and sit down with you and walk you through line by line what to do next, right? you should be able to just go ahead and get going just by, getting this link. So this is Galina's one. I'm gonna go ahead and copy the link. You can copy a link from two places. To be safe, you can copy it from here. Okay, you can just click on this clipboard. Once you copy the link, you're gonna go to your VS Code. The first time you go to VS Code, you have a welcome screen. So let's say if you don't have a welcome screen, for whatever reason you got rid of it, you can click on here and it will still say clone repository, right? And so you choose how you want to move forward. So in this case, let's say clone repository and it says clone from GitHub. I'll go ahead and post the URL that I got. Okay, so then it gives me an option here. I'll go ahead and click on that. And then it says, oh, do you want a new folder? Okay, so I got the temporary folder somewhere here. So I'll choose my temporary folder. So that way I don't have to, okay, you know what? I can't find it. I'm going to create a new one. So I'll go ahead and create a new one. I'll say temp12, whatever, temporary folder. And I'm going to go ahead and select the destination. So now all of those code are going to actually be on that folder. Now, what is this window right here? It says, would you like to open clone repository? Yes, of course. You can say open new window. That means this window is going to stay as is and we're going to open a new one. You can just click on open if you're brand new, like you don't have anything else behind it. So I don't have anything else open. If I had another project open, I would actually say open new window. But since I don't even have anything open, I can open it here, which is open. So now that I did this, as you can see that I have access to all of our code. So this is basically cloning. Now I have my local main. Okay, I've got it from the remote main by cloning it. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to go through our document just like at work. At work, basically, there will be README and it will say something like, okay, here is a setup instruction first, clone it, right? Second, run npm install, and then third, you run test, whatever, right? Run test by npx playwright test, right? For example, right? So these are some of the instruction they will provide in the README, and you can automatically guarantee that you will have some documents in the README for you to follow. So now it says, oh, npm install. How do I do npm install, guys? Where do I do it? Evelina.
Terminal.
Exactly, terminal. So now you're going to click on terminal, whether you use a Mac or whether you use a Windows. It doesn't make any difference to us. We're going to just go ahead and npm install. And it will say, oh, okay, I downloaded all the packages that you need for your project. Now, am I ready to run the test? I can run all of these tests now by saying npx playwright and then test. And then I will say test. So I'm going to run a single one test slash. I'm going to go ahead and run example. I don't know if the other ones runs or spec.js. And then I'm going to say headed just to, oh, let me stick with it. Headed. And it will open up and boom. Okay, it ran twice in two different browsers. And that's it. All right. So now I'm all set. And now I can say, oh, give me assignments. I think I'm ready to go. Okay. So you guys finish up to this much. When you are here, then let me know. I'll show you the next steps, and then you guys should be able to push your code within the next 5 minutes. I'm gonna give you guys 2 minutes here. Okay, in the meantime, I'll take questions if you guys have any.
So when I open my VS Code, I don't see the screen that you're showing here, like the clone one. I see only my old recent that I'm working on it. That screen I was just. How can I find the?
Just close the VS Code and reopen.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did. I did the whole VS Code. When I opened it again, it's the same thing I'm seeing
Same one,
here.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you can do on your VS Code right here. Okay, where is it? Right here. right click and say new window. Okay, when you open new window, you should be able to still get this option, and then you can close the other one.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, so in 2 minutes, I expect everybody at least finish cloning, right? That's unacceptable. If you can't and you're lost, it's completely unacceptable because it's the second time I showed you guys. And even if you missed the previous homework, you should be able to do this right now. Because there's nothing that is coming out of like ordinary, right? We're just doing you're doing exactly what I showed you. So you got 2 minutes, and then we're gonna get going.
Joelle, I have like an error. I don't know if I'm doing some extra step. I sent it into chat.
Sure.
Can you just take a look?
1 second. All right, let's see, what does it say? No report found at, oh, you're trying to run it, right? You're trying to run the test? Because you did the
Yeah.
package thing. Okay, that's fine. There is no report there, so it's fine. Will you
Okay.
try to pull the report? Yeah, looks like you're trying to see the reports. Okay, that's fine. As long as you have everything. Right now,
Okay, so
as long as
I can
you cloned it, we're good.
Okay, so I cloned it. I can see the test. Is that the link you sent us on that? So I did with this, look right on the chat.
Yes, you can use the same link, or you can go
Yeah.
into the repository and then find the link from the
Yeah, I
from the
did. I
tab.
opened it. Okay, I see it now.
Okay. Okay. So is there anybody that wasn't able to do it right now? Because I'm gonna ask you to share your screen in the next
I need help.
5. Okay. So
Sorry,
what
I need to help
have you
also.
missed?
I missed the point.
Okay.
You said.
Where did I lose you guys? Tell me, so I don't have to do everything over.
No,
Okay. Who's then you go
I
first?
just opened a studio. Then I don't know what to do.
We're not using Studio though, right? We're using VS Code.
VS Code. Yeah,
Visual, yeah.
Visual Studio Code. Yeah.
There is another version called Studio. We don't want that.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So, okay, you opened it and you see the screen, correct?
Mm-hmm.
This one. Okay. Now you have a choice. You can use this link right here, or you can use this link right here to clone. Which one you want to choose?
So I can choose the middle of the page.
Okay, so I'll click on this one, right? And it says, oh, please give me the URL. Do you have the URL?
Yes, yeah, already you share in the chat.
Okay, so put that URL. So once you put the URL, you should be able to follow because it's just instructing you. Where do you want it? You just got to read. Okay, so anytime you're following things, you do not move to the next click without reading. Do not rush it. That's not the behavior of a QA. You're supposed to read everything before you move to the QA. Oh, sorry, before you move to the next step. So once you put the URL here, so far, and Shazad, you're following, right? You got up to this much?
Yes.
You have your VS Code? Okay. Put the URL here and then continue and let me know if you guys finished in the next 2 minutes. If not, then let me know exactly where you're stuck. Everybody else, I assume that you did it. Farah, were you able to finish? Once
So
you
I have to create
clone
a
it,
new folder name
you can, yeah, it's up to you. If
because
you have a folder that is existing, you can use that, or you can create a new folder. And if you see any warning to say, oh, this could be like this could be something that do you want to trust this? Obviously, you're going to trust it because that's your coworker wrote the code, so you can trust it.
I have a question. On mine, I see that it says Playwright automation, and on your screen it says learning automation. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong.
No. You didn't do anything wrong. The only thing is that when I push the code, it's under Playwright Automation, but the folder name is Learn Automation. So it's expected. Everybody should have the same as yours.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Hussein, you're done.
Yeah, I did that. I opened the folder, then I
And
read
then
and
do you
understood what was
have
the differences.
in your screen, do you have something like this now? Like you can see the code on the left side. Not this, right? This is empty. So you
Yeah,
should have
that's
this, have
something.
the code. Just
Yeah,
open, click on this one, and then see the code.
which one is that?
Which one?
Right here. You gotta click on the very first icon too. This is a file explorer. So when you click on the file explorer, you should see the code. Very similar, right?
It's just one second.
You don't see it. Did you? But then you said you did it though. You wanna share your screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, everybody else is good, right? Everybody else.
No, I get stuck. Can I share my screen?
Can you see
Hold
my
on,
screen
hold
now?
on. Okay. So you tell me, I can see the code on the left side, and this is exactly what I was asking. Right? You can get rid of the welcome screen now that you're done.
Okay.
But you got the code, right? You got the code in there.
This is the similar.
I don't understand what you're asking. You're saying, okay, so this is not your code, then it must be somebody else's code, right?
No, this
Like,
is
just
my
think
code.
about it like that. This is your code. So why are you here? You're supposed to close this. But okay, the very first thing I asked you, do you see the link in the middle? And I made you choose one. Right? But if you don't have the link, you got to tell me. So you
Which
don't have
one?
the link
So already
to clone a repository. You don't have the link, right?
Yeah, I have the link.
You don't see the link.
If you,
Where?
can you open the task folder on the left under Explorer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that Jewel, that I believe that is your
That is the
thing.
repository.
That is
Yeah, that's what I
you
was
have to-
trying to tell him, that he followed and it's done, but he's
Yeah,
confused.
that's the one.
Okay,
So
so
he
you
just
have the
needs to-
code, you're done. Okay,
Mhm.
so up until here, if everybody's exactly here, then we can move forward. Okay, so I'll go ahead and ask Shazad to share his screen. Okay, everybody should be exactly at that place where you have the code, okay? The next thing I'm going to show you what to do next. Okay, so then open the test folder for me. Yep, you also are, and you're also in the same place. Okay, good, you can stop sharing. All right, so now at this moment, we want to push the code and everything, but let's make believe we getting assignments. You just first day, you got the repository cloned. Whatever you just did now, just remember you cloned it. You took a copy, exact copy from the GitHub, right, to your own computer. Okay, so you can make changes. Now, there is a link between your code and this code, because when you're pushing it, it has to know where it's coming from and what is the relation between the
Can you share the screen too?
Yeah. 1 second. So GitHub is intelligent enough to know that you cloned it, and at some point you're going to be pushing code, right? So there is a link between this and your branch. So right now, locally, you may have a master branch, right? And then this is a remote master. So keep in mind, this is a remote master, and then you have a local master. And there is a relation between these two. Okay, so they that you can actually push and pull code, right? So now I'm gonna go to the other branch, sorry, the other repo, so I can start pushing some code. Okay, so now everybody is at that, right? At this place where you know, you want to make changes, you want to start to maybe push your code and everything, whatever is the case, right? So as you can see, I have a branch name right here that I'm ready to push, that now I can go ahead and push all these changes. Now, this is the next 5 minutes assignment that I want everybody to do, and you can start as soon as you can, right? So you don't have to wait for my instruction. What I first need you to do, because you got a new assignment, to write a new test case, you're going to create a new new file right here. On the test folder, you're going to create a new file with your name on it. Okay, so like for example, my name right here, and spec.test, sorry, spec.js.
Do we have to create the branch first before you start creating the test?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so create the branch first and then do that. Okay.
You can do it after, it doesn't matter. It will do the right thing. So,
okay.
So now you choose, you basically create it here. You're going to write a, you know, very small, maybe you can look at the example test, you know, and take this test from here. And then I need you to choose the website that you like. Okay, so not everybody should be doing just copying and pasting. I need you to choose a website and then just verify something, you know, that you landed on the page, whatever is the case. Run the test, and then you push it. And then once you push it, you have to create a pull request. But before you get started, this is your assignment, right? This is what you got to push. But before you start working on it, you're going to click on this. You're going to create a new branch, and you're going to name the branch feature slash, you know, something like this, favorite website or something like that, right? Or maybe not everybody should choose, just choose a random number, right? Feature, choose a random number of 6-digit, something like that. And you're gonna say added new test, okay? And once you do that, you have this, then you go into this icon right here, you're gonna click on it, okay? You're gonna see the changes. You're gonna go ahead and click on the plus. This is the only changes that you want to push because that's the only file you made changes to. You're gonna say added new test, whatever. You're gonna click on this, commit and push. Once you finish pushing, I want you to go back to the link that I gave you initially right here. This is the link. And you're gonna see a highlight right here, yellow, saying you just pushed. Your name is gonna be there. I want you to click on create and create a pull request from the link. Okay. I know it's a lot of instruction, so let's get going. Okay. I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes to do this. Everybody is gonna be first creating a new branch name with similar, right? Feature slash 6-digit number dash added a new test. Once you have the branch name, go back, add the test with your name on it. Add some sample test, you know, something like other than this. And then once you're ready, then you go back to this guy, you commit to this, and you push it. Okay, once you push it, I'll show you how to create a pull request, if anything, but at least do this much for now. And then I will, okay, 8:15, I'm gonna expect all of you guys to be done. Okay, and then we're gonna move on to the
Sorry,
next.
Joel, really quick. To do the feature, I can't, I don't see the same screen as you, like when I click on my top search button.
Well, don't click on search button. So you click right here. You're gonna have to click on the branch, okay? This might be saying master right now, right? So you click on this and it gives you options. The first one is gonna be create new branch. You click on that and then it says provide a new branch name. This is when you're gonna type feature, blah, blah, blah. Okay,
Joel, sorry,
Thank
before you drop off, can I just create a test case using CodeGen for now for this purpose?
Yeah. Any test case, CodeGen is fine. I'm not worried about you knowing the test case. I'm worried about you pushing and creating a pull request for the time being. Obviously, we're gonna do a lot more with test cases later. So
How are we supposed to name it? Is there like a special way or any way we want to?
yeah, so this is the format that I asked, right? You can say feature / some 6-digit number, any of your choice, and then you're gonna say edit a new test or something, right? You can also be more related to whatever you did. You can say I edit a Facebook test or whatever is the case. So this is a naming convention that I came up with. In your workplace, somebody else will come up with a naming convention. And if you don't follow it, they will be super, super annoyed.
Okay, and after we do the branch name, where do we go?
So once you have your branch, you can see the name right here. If that is confirmed, the next thing you're gonna do, go back to your Explorer. You're gonna go inside of the folder test. You're gonna add your test here. Once you add the test, then I can tell you what to do next. So let's add the test.
Adding the test like I did evelina.spec.js, right?
Yep, it could be your name. Yeah, you can. If you do it with your name, at least I know who pushed it.
Okay. Yeah, I did that. And then I copied, I guess, the sample text from example or something. And you said something about picking up a website, like anything we want to, right?
Can you repeat how to
I'm
add the text? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Joel. I don't know if you're speaking.
We cannot hear you.
Goodness. Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I was muted. I'm talking all this time. Okay. So instead of just grabbing a sample test, because we also want to make sure that we're not just getting it easy. We want to continue to learn, face difficulties. So use the CodeGen and choose the website that you like and create like a very small test, copy it, paste it here, run it. If it's good, then you're ready to push.
Oh.
Okay, pushing is easy. Like I said, after you add the test, I guess like so far, you guys followed me through created the test, at least the full file, right? Test file, right? Anybody did not get up to this much. You didn't, anybody that did not create a branch name. Everybody did, okay. So I'm gonna check that. And you cannot come back for help because of the branch name, because you're saying you did it. Okay. Then anybody here that did not create a new file with their name on it inside of the test folder? Good. Everybody did it. Okay, that's good. Then you're just working on your test case. Just create a very, very simple that will take less than 2 minutes. And once you have your test, the next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna click here. And if you have, as long as you have an auto save, then if you click here, it will tell you what files you made changes to. So in your case, you should see only one file. You're just gonna click plus onto that file. And once you do that, you're ready to commit and push, right? So then you're gonna write a meaningful message. This is the commit message. This is where you're gonna write what you actually did. You're gonna say, wrote a sample test for whatever demo purposes, something like that. Once you do that, don't click on commit directly. You wanna click on this icon and do commit and push together.
I did that and it's just going, it's not really pushing, it's still going for last.
I know, because it gave you another option from the bottom. Check. So because your for your branch is brand new, so when you do commit and push, it will basically give you an option to say, hey, do you want to create a new, maybe a new, sorry, do you want to push this as a remote, right? So you're gonna get an option right here.
Oh, I think I missed that option.
Okay, so just exit out. So if it's like going like this, then you have to exit out, go back to that, and then
Okay.
try again to commit and push.
Okay.
This, even for me, it's happening because this is not even connected to my GitHub. So I go back. I will just go ahead and open my learning automation. So see, it's no longer doing that. I'll go in here, and then now I would do it to push it.
All right. So I'll do commit and push. Yeah, I'm not getting any.
Yeah, can you share your screen?
Sure. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Okay. So you got the staged, your staged already, and then npx. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I just want to see what's the situation here. Okay, I just want to see the error messages going on. Okay, so we just gotta give it enough time to come back to us and tell us what happened.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I click on the commit instead of commit and push.
No, I click commit and push. I didn't. I did
Okay,
both.
if you already click on commit, then you can, I can push it separately. There is another button for pushing. So after the commit, you'll just push.
Mhm.
Okay, please enter the commit message. Oh, you didn't enter a commit message, bro. So go ahead and
okay.
get rid of that. Yeah. So there is
Okay.
no message here. So you have to
Okay.
get rid of the whole thing and then enter a commit message. Please
Okay,
pay
so I have to
attention
close
to
the whole thing out.
message. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me do that.
So he was waiting for you to add a commit message. You see
Got
the okay,
Okay.
so then
I'll just put my name, I guess. Just
yeah. So just put commit and push. Okay, click on OK. That means you don't have any branch in the remote, so it will add it. And
yes.
would you like git fetch? Okay, that's fine. That means it's automatically going to pull people's code.
Okay.
That's like VS Code is doing you a favor. Instead of you pulling the code, it will continue to check if somebody has new code. Okay.
It's not letting me to push. It's asking me, I guess, to log in or something, but I thought I did that already.
Yeah, so let's see if it should be okay. Like let's you want to share your screen?
Okay, what's going on?
Yes,
You did it?
1 second.
Also,
You
I
ran
have to
it?
share my screen for a minute.
Perfect. Go click over here. You're gonna. So now, wait. No, plus. Now you're going to write a message.
All right,
Product
guys, we
commit.
can hear you. You guys are working together. But okay, it says okay. Make sure you configure your username. So I don't know how you're able to push your branch before, but this your GitHub is not set up yet, right? So we have to go back and add those. So you remember the steps. Okay, just open up, cancel this, open to your terminal. Okay, and then you're gonna say git config and
Like this?
no. So
No.
you haven't done this before. 1 second. I'm gonna send you the
Hmm.
how were you able to push your code before? Because that's a one-time setup. Is it a new computer?
No, it's not.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna write. I'm gonna send it to you because I don't know if you're gonna be able to write it the way that it wants you to. Let me just paste it here.
I have the same problem.
Yeah. So Maybe you guys logged in a different way or something. Okay, so that's fine. Oh, okay. Okay, I know why. Because you can still push it, but then the moment you want to edit and push, that's when it's gonna ask you for this. Okay. And you missed this step because this is something that I explained in the very beginning. Okay, so let me see where I can paste this chat message right here. Maybe. Okay. So this is gonna be first that you want to type in there. Make sure you don't mess up the email address. This has to be the exact one. This is gonna be the second one. And once you do that, then you can actually push and it should be fine.
Okay, so the first one I do this, right? And then the second one.
Yeah. Yeah. You need to do both. All right. Is there anybody who hasn't who has the same problem, or how many people so far actually pushed it?
I have the same problem.
I pushed it.
Okay, if you have the same problem, I already provided the solution. Just use that. So, you know, just be proactive. Don't wait for your turn. Just keep going. Okay, so Tamim has pushed it. What about Shazad Daskana? Where are you stuck?
Joel, I pushed it.
Okay, so Farah pushed it, and then okay, Marijana, did you push it?
No, I need help.
Okay, and then Lahu.
No, so when I give the commands, I mean, I was trying to create a test for a website, but when I give the command like npx codegen and the browser name, it is asking like your Playwright was just installed and write this
You
command.
didn't run. Yeah, you didn't run. Go ahead and run the command that it's asking you, so it's fine. Follow that
It's not working
instruction.
for me.
A second. And okay, so what do you see? Click on the commit and push. Okay. Click on OK. That means that, you know, it's asking you if you want to push your branch up there. Okay, now it's gonna ask you to log in. There is a pop-up came in. I want you to like find that pop-up because it's actually going and authenticating you.
I
Did
clicked
you see the
it.
pop-up?
Where did it go? Oh,
Oh,
here
there
it
you
is.
go. There you go. Authorize. Click on authorize. And then go ahead and enter your password.
Uh,
What did you do?
okay. No, I wasn't sure what it was. Okay.
Okay, okay. Well, did you enter the password though?
I
And
did.
the thing? Okay, okay. Let's go back to it. Should actually push it now.
Can I close
You
this?
can get rid of that. Yeah, go for it.
Would you like to?
Okay, so would you like the visual code? Yes, yes. Okay, so you're done. Okay, so it's pushed it already, and then wait for the next you know, a step to this task. All right.
Actually, I
Galina
did
did
the
it,
same
right?
thing. What would be the next? I write my
So
user ID, password. Sorry, user ID and name, or email.
you added it, right? You added the user ID and name.
Yeah,
Thank you,
just
Joel.
Yeah, you're welcome. You did. Okay, hold on a second. Make sure. Okay, so Marijana, you getting the exact same problem as Evelina. Can you follow the steps that we just did? There is 2 commands that you have to add. And this is same for Hussein, right? You got to do the same thing. I'm gonna paste these commands again, so you guys can follow. Once you, this is for the email.
I did it. I write down this email, also username. But what will be the next?
So okay, so you just gonna be pushing it, right? Commit and push the whole intention. Our intention originally was to commit and push, and that's when you got the error. We fixed the error, so we should be going back to what we intentionally, you know, intended to do.
So the new folder, or I can do the also previous.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Did you write a test? Okay, you wrote the test. Do you know how to commit and push? Did you see how I committed and push? Okay,
Yeah.
so let's do it. Let's do it because if I show you everything, then you're not gonna challenge yourself, right? You have to challenge yourself. So your task is to push the code that you just wrote. I'll let you figure it out.
I'm a little bit lost.
Where are you? Lost. Where exactly are you?
Can I
Are
share
you-
my screen?
Go ahead.
Sorry, I need help. I need to share my screen for a minute.
Okay, give me 1 second. All right, so you're here, and why did you add update config.js, and then why are you, on the terminal typing things there, right? You have to why did you on the terminal go and what command did you run?
I had the
I
same
tried to run
issue.
the.
Sorry, Joe, I had the same issue where I had to install the package. The package was missing, so it told me to, hey, run this thing to install the package. So I did the
Yeah,
same
same
thing.
thing for me.
Yeah, that was
same.
npm install, right?
Yep, npm
You-
install. That is correct.
Yeah, that's all. I mentioned that once
So
you
we
finish
should
cloning,
install
you
that?
have to. Yeah, because how are you gonna run your test? That's the first thing you do after cloning. You have to make sure your packages are fine. This is like setup. Your first day at work, right? Your computer didn't have pre-installed packages, did it? You just got, because GitHub is not gonna give you any packages. It's not supposed to host packages. You're supposed to say npm install, and that's when all the packages will be installed for you. Anything that was listed in your package.json. So
Yeah, Jewel, I downloaded, but that's where I get stuck right now.
did you do npm install?
Jewel, can I ask you a question? So if you look at his screen, I put npx playwright install. That's the one.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I put at npx playwright.
Yeah,
install.
that's, you don't have to do that.
Okay.
We have a package.json for a reason, right? So, okay, so go ahead and clear out the terminal. Do you know how was the command for that? Okay, good. Type clear, CLER, and enter. Okay.
What was the
npm
code again?
install.
Sorry, just to clear up the terminal. What was the code again? Just clear. That's it.
Clear command.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, do npm install. npm. There's a difference between npx and npm, correct? Enter. Okay, done. Right. So now you're ready to push your code. Let's try to push it. Whichever file you intended to, but I don't understand. Why are you doing this right now? Do you need like a test to add it there? You need a test.
I was
Okay.
trying to run a new test and get the test case and
Okay.
with playwrights. So I'll
Okay,
I'll do it
that's
from
fine.
here. Let's see. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Can I share my screen for a minute?
Go ahead.
You can see my screen.
Okay, so I see you added a test, and you have, okay, it says publish branches. You already committed though, right? And it's now asking you to publish your commits. So click on publish. And did you write a commit message before? You did, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it done. You're good to go. So if you like, for
Why
any
is this
reason you
page?
did,
Why I see this page? What's the differences?
which page?
Would you like it the same arrow again?
Screen.
Okay, so at this point, you pushed your new test, right? And I'm going to show you where did it go in a minute. So just hang on there. Let's see. So you want to share your screen?
I'm going to.
Everybody else, I believe everybody else is good, right? Except for Shazad. Everybody else is good, right? So then
So
I'm gonna go into the next
after
step.
creating the test, so you push
Mhm.
it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm still working on it.
Okay, that's fine. Just do those two commands and you should be good. Shazad, you want to share your screen?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let's see what's the issue. You want to tell me what's the issue?
Let's confuse.
Guys, who can tell me if the command is correct, whatever he wrote? Yeah, show them the command, please. Who here can tell me if this command is correct?
I don't know, but it seems like it's in Russian, so
Yeah,
change the
but
language or something.
So,
I don't know.
but read the command that he
Correct.
typed.
He's
Don't look at the
missing,
language.
it's supposed to be npx playwright and then CodeGen and then the website.
Correct. Okay, good. All right, so that's the answer.
Clear it, yeah. Playwright,
Why it is taking a lot of time to when I push it?
It's taking time because it's waiting for you to do the next action, which you probably not doing, maybe like commit message or something. You know, how do we spell CodeGen?
Oops, my bad.
You know, you can just press up arrow. It will give you the previous commands. And now we can update. You have to use the arrow to go back to the word that you want to change. Okay, I'll let you figure it out.
Okay.
Okay, Lahul, you want to show me your screen?
Yeah, I haven't write the message, but when I was about to write the message, how to stop the commit? Okay, let me share. Yep, so I was about to write the message here, but it's loading already, right? So how can I stop it? Can you see my screen?
Yul, we cannot hear you.
You already messed up, right? So that means if you ever see that your Git is continue to spin, all you have to do is close the whole thing, reopen, and then redo, and you should be fine.
Okay.
It didn't push anything at all, right? Because it's stuck right now.
Okay.
I think it has a
Let me do-
timeout. It has a very long timeout. So if you want to wait, it's going to be like 2 minutes wait, or you can just completely exit out, come back to it, and you can still push. But make sure you write your commit message.
Okay.
Okay, so the reason why we write commit message is because I'm going to show you guys. It's because that you can explain to whoever is going to review that what you did, right? And not only that, you can actually track. So like years later, you can actually go back to that code and know exactly why you pushed it. So people can actually see why you pushed that code. And once all of this code goes to the master, it keeps a log. What day, who pushed it, and what was the commit message. So that way they can actually make assumptions if your code was pushed for a purpose or you just made a mistake, you know? So commit message has to be very much meaningful because it'll stay forever somewhere in there, okay? Anybody here that couldn't push so far? Who are we waiting?
Can I share my screen? For some reason, I'm having problems with the simplest thing.
Sure.
Can you see my screen?
So let's see. Git config global username and okay, so you're actually not in the terminal. Get out of the terminal, like get completely out. Maybe close it and open a new terminal. If you do Control C, then you would be able to exit out of it. But go ahead and open a new terminal. Okay, so you see that error. Make sure when you type commands to Git, if you don't see that error next to the folder name, that means you're probably into something else. Maybe you typed another command and it put you inside of some other functions. So now you can type it. You can do up error here. Keep going until you find your. Okay, just copy, I guess. Just copy the line from there.
Okay, pushed it. Where I can see the file in GitHub?
Go to the link that I originally shared. You would be able to see your push. And I'm gonna like show you guys that everybody's pushing a minute also. So just waiting on a few people.
Can I do the npm install?
Yes. After you have everything, obviously npm install is gonna be the next one. You're probably not typing properly. I mean, I don't know. Hold on a second. This is not the way that you're gonna do it. So before you click enter, you have to update the email. That's the first thing, and then so do Control C from there. Okay, upper. Okay, you didn't even register. Okay, so git config. So git config -- global, and then user dot email, and then you have to use double quote. Okay, not this command. Get rid of that command. So git config or paste it, whatever I think it's already in the clipboard. That's not correct though, right? Just copy and paste. I mean, you already copied it, so just paste it. Okay, no. So when you copied it, the problem, like you're making complicated for yourself, is because when you copied it, you copied extra line, probably a new line or something, meaning like an X space. And that's why you're seeing this problem. So Control C, and then go ahead and type it, do it the hard way. But when you copy things, you have to make sure that you're not copying anything else other than what you need. So git config, just follow what's on the previous lines. Git config, just type it. Config, exactly the same, space -- global. Okay, space, after typing global, user.email. Okay, space. No, double quote. You see the example at the top right. Okay, enter. Okay, good. Do the up arrow. Okay, now using your left arrow, keep going. Click on the left arrow on your keyboard. Left arrow on your keyboard. So you got the up arrow, right? Okay.
For some
Let's
reason,
click on
left
that.
not working.
Oh, left arrow. Okay. So then, yeah, so it's gonna be same. Type it in where it says email. You're gonna say name, username, right? And then you're gonna put the username of GitHub. The second command, basically. So like, yeah. And then there's email. Just write name. Okay, space, and then username, exact username from GitHub. So whatever username you chose. Enter. Okay, you're done. So now do commit and push. Should give you like an okay or something. Oh, you didn't do the message. So it's gonna spin forever. So you gotta close it, come back up, and write the message. Oh, you can actually write it there too. Okay, wait, don't close it. You see where it says, you see where it's blinking? You see where it says
Yeah.
blinking? On the right side, commit edit message.
Yeah. We're spinning.
Okay. There is a file on the right side, says commit edit message, and it says please enter the commit message for your change. Yeah, right here. Okay. Get rid of everything what you see in the file and just type whatever you want to type.
I'm sorry here.
Highlight. Yeah. So you can erase those and say something like, okay, adding a new file or something, whatever message that you would like to. Adding, right? You're adding a message. I mean, you are adding a file, aren't you? And where is your changes? I don't see. Oh yeah, you staged it. Okay. Adding a new file. Okay, so now there is a check mark all the way to the right corner. All the way to the right, all the way to the right.
Okay.
Yeah. Click that. Accept commit message. Okay, and it should give you another one. Okay, then click OK. This is your saying that this is a brand new branch and it doesn't exist. I want to publish it. That's the message, and then you should be good to go. Okay, so
Thank you.
everybody's good at this moment. Everybody's good.
I'm a little bit.
Okay, so you gotta speak now before we go to the next step, because you're gonna get caught if you're saying good and then you're not.
Can I
good.
share my screen?
Go ahead.
I'm up to here and I'm a little lost.
Okay,
test runs, and then I believe I have to put the name. I just put like Shazad add codes.
Okay.
And then I believe we have to click right click. Right.
You got to stage it before you click commit.
Yeah. Okay, so let me tell you. You got two files. Which one is yours?
This one.
Okay, click on plus. What just happened is you staged it.
Okay. And
now
now
I can commit and push. Click OK. Allow. You have to log in. I think it's going to ask you to log in. So wait for a pop-up. Check for a pop-up somewhere.
Sometimes Julie goes straight to the browser. It happened to me.
Okay, go to the browser. Can you go to the browser?
Give me 1 second. Let me just.
If you're full screen, then it's gonna go to the browser. Click OK right there. Yeah. And then go to the other browser maybe. Okay.
Jewel, his screen, I saw it. It says the browser doesn't like. Once you go to the browser and he try to authenticate and then open VS Code, it says the browser doesn't allow it. So some kind of setting probably in the browser that would not allow open VS Code from the browser.
I see. Yeah, this could be a problem. Okay, so close all the browsers that you don't need. Close the sorry, Safari especially. You didn't find Safari? Okay, close all of it. Close that too. Okay, and just keep on so we know where it's going. Okay, And so next thing you want to do is that you want to cancel that out. And let's reinitiate. Go back to your VS Code. There's nothing you can do in browser.
Okay.
Click on cancel.
Cancel.
Yes. You are signed in and now can close the browser. Okay, that's it. You probably pushed it by now. Okay. Okay. Click on yes. All right, guys. So everybody's good to go.
Thank you, Joe.
Okay, so everybody's good to go. I'm gonna share my screen and take it from here. Okay. So then when you go into this repository, you should because you're logged in yourself, you should see in the top somewhere highlighted that you have some sort of code that you pushed, and it's giving you option create a pull request, right? It says review and create a pull request. So if I go to pull request, I should see all of you guys have at least one pull request here. If you click on review and create a pull request, I should be seeing.
So it says compare and review pull request. That's the button? Exactly.
Yes. Okay. There should be one button, don't compare. I mean, you already know what you pushed. You don't have to compare unless,
That's the only options I have is compare and pull request.
Okay. Yeah. Pull request. Yeah. So yeah, I guess you cannot create a pull request without comparing. So you just have to click on that. Let's see. It should be by now. It should be coming in. So I got one from MD. So I got his one. Let's see. Okay, Para sent it. Galina sent it. Sam sent it. Okay, I'm waiting on you guys. Come on, keep going. Keep going, guys. Okay,
I did it too. How come I'm not showing?
Let's see. Verifying eyes. Cricket. Okay. Well, okay, let's see. Should be here. Did you click on compare? And I mean, I can find out if you did it right here. Hold on. If I go back in here, your branch name should show up. So
yeah, it's right there. 111.
This one?
Center. Yeah, that one.
Okay, so if you click on it, you see something I click on it, I don't see it, but if you click on it, you'll see where it says right here, create a pull request. You're gonna see something like that. Notice it knows one commit ahead and 3 commits behind. Okay. So I'm gonna start reviewing and I'm gonna start pushing these pull requests, and I'm gonna show you guys the difference in terms of what we talked about earlier. What happens, right? So the very first one from MD, I will go in here. I can see there is no conflict, right? There's no merge conflict. I can actually, as an owner, I can add a rule and say that a pull request review is required. Okay, I can actually say that and put it in here. So nobody can bypass these, they cannot before merging require pull request before merging. That's protection there. And then at least one approval is necessary before you can push. Okay. So now if I click on create, blank, whatever. I don't know why it's giving me. But anyways, so at work, it's gonna be a lot more restriction. All these probably be checked for you, but you're not gonna see this. You're not an admin, you're not gonna see this. Now, on the pull request, and let's say I'm actually reviewing his code, and who reviews code, guys? Who can answer this question?
Lead.
You're a QA engineer, okay, but you're also a coder, and you also have a similar position. So that means
should be QA lead or
And, is usually a coworker, any other coworker who did not work on that code?
Exactly. So anybody that can review, they have technical expertise, which is you, because that's testing is your subject matter. So you can go back and you can see if the code makes sense. You can actually run it, and once you've satisfied with the code and it's running fine, you can say, oh, okay, looks good. Thanks, right? Thanks for adding it, whatever is the case. And you can say other messages too. I mean, I'm just starting a small one. So if you can say, right, this and approved, right? So now this branch got one approval and ready to be merged. Okay. So now I can merge for you. It depends on the company to company. I can merge for you because I'm the approver, but I would probably stay away from merging because maybe after getting approval, you want to still wait until, you know, so I'm going to let you be the person merging it. So I guess general rules of thumb, if your pull request is ready and approved by somebody, you can take the link, okay? And you're gonna go into your Slack, whatever is the messaging app that you use, and you're gonna basically let everybody know, right? So the whole team, because this is a big deal for you, you worked on it. So you're gonna say at everybody, right? You're gonna, so if you say at here, that means everybody's gonna get a notification. Merging PR, okay, something like this. It doesn't have to be fancy. Merging PR this to master. Please let me know if you have any questions or something, right? And you post it in the group message and you wait 2 minutes. Nobody has any questions. Okay, fine. Now I'm gonna merge it. Confirm, you see? Confirm. So his code now added is merged. I can delete the branch because this branch was only used for that feature. So I don't need this branch and he doesn't need that branch. Okay, so I'm gonna delete it from the remote. It doesn't have to be in the remote. So for now, I'll leave it there, but I can delete it. So now one was merged. If I go to the test, I want to see if the master branch has his, okay, his changes are there. Okay. Now let's go into the second one.
Can you
on the second?
Sorry, on the second one, can you run it on the GitHub itself? I just want to see how that's possible. Like, for example, I'm the approver and I don't want to download his code onto my VS code. Can I run it on the GitHub itself?
See, the thing is, when you are the approver, what you want to do, you want to go to the pull request and they assign you this PR and they said, okay, go ahead and review this. You go and copy this branch. You're going to copy the branch. You're going to go back to your VS code. Okay. And you're going to then find that branch. Okay. Notice I found it.
Okay.
Okay. I'll find that branch. It pulled all of your code right now. So right now, all of your code is here. Now I can go ahead and run your test. Okay. So I see some spec, whatever. I can now run it. If it works, I can put a screenshot and then I can say everything looks good. Okay. That's faster. Okay. Now, the other thing that you're talking about is called Git action, which we didn't even touch yet. Okay. This is where we run test 2, but you're not able to run a single test. That's the problem. And it's good that you have to run the entire sets, you know, to make sure he didn't also break everything else. Imagine like this guy just worked on one test and it's like looks nice and healthy, but then he broke everything else. You know, so you have to also watch out for that. Okay, so I'm going to review his code for the example purposes. I'm going to go and I'm going to just write like some advices. Okay. I'm going to say like, oh, like I see code duplication. Can you create method so it can be reused? So I can write like something like this, single messages like this, and I can also write other suggestions. So once he sees it, he's gonna go back and be like, oh, okay. He may put an emoji to say thank you, whatever. He can say thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna go ahead and work on it and let you know when it's ready. He can also say, no, I just did that because, whatever, right? If he has a valid reason, so he can say it, and then he will go ahead and click on resolve conversation. That means he's saying that there is no more work left. And me as the approver, I can now go back and approve it again. So now I go back here, I look at his message, okay, fine. The guy don't want to listen to me. I'll go ahead and approve it, right? But then there will be people where it says, no, I can't approve it. You can go to somebody else, but I'm not going to approve this. So no matter how many times they ask you, you just keep changing until they, they agree, and then you'll learn something in the process. Because the chances of you getting advice is probably for the better, right? So
I have another question. I have another question. I'm sorry. So for example, I have to change something, right? And if like I have to change one of the code, right? So I will basically just do straight from the VS Code and then push that code again.
1 second, keep in mind for next one, right? So something like that. Okay, he got annoyed and approved it, right? So now Tamim can say, oh, okay, my thing is approved. He's gonna take the pull request link. He's gonna go to his team channel, whatever it is. He's gonna write a message like this. I'm gonna merge. And this is not to even like tell other people like, hey, I'm merging something new, Two things happens. Once you're making a lot of noise, right? Hey, I'm merging something new and 50 people are getting notified. You're just telling them, I'm not sitting on my ass, right? You're telling them that you're working and your code has been approved and you're pushing. So this is one way for you to get credit, right? Like, and feel happy about it, right? That's one, the way I see it, right? The other thing is that let's say somebody, Shazad is waiting for this code for some time so he can use some of the methods. Then he'll be like, oh, damn, thanks. It was pushed, so I'm going to go ahead and use his code now. That could be another reason. But most importantly, I do it for the noise, right? Because if I worked on it, I want credit. I don't want to be sitting around and think like I'll be an underdog and work and not take credit. You do a little bit of work, you got to take credit. You don't wait for people to come and tell you like, oh, you did a very good job. And no, you just tell them like what you did. You're a coder, you wrote the code, everything got approved, they merged it, that's it. You want to make a statement. You want to make sure that you stand out, right? So this could be one way for you to stand out. So now he goes and merge the pull request, confirm. And then if we go to the master, and this is still the master, if I click on open, notice 2 pull requests was merged. One was Tamim, the other one was Hussein, right? So far, the remaining pull requests still waiting to be merged. I know somebody had a question. What was the question to me?
No, it was answered. Thank you.
Okay. All right, cool. So let's go through the next. Anybody? I think I'm missing somebody. Like 10 of us here. I should get like 9 pull requests. I got only 7.
I did that merge and pull request. What you did?
Oh, you already did it yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, you merged it yourself. You're not supposed to. Okay, so never ever merge code on your own, because the question is going to be like, oh, you're just improving your own work, That's
my bad.
Yeah. So as a tester, it might not be a huge deal, but if you are a application developer and your job is to update, your job is basically building application, and you wrote some code and you pushed it and you didn't notify people, you would probably be like hold accountable in many ways. One would be because like tester wouldn't know if they should be testing. And the second is that this could cause problems with compliance, right? Because now you're pushing things in production or any other places without any sort of documentation. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'll review all of these. I'm going to say, okay, these are approved, confirm, done. And other people can also, you guys can review each other's. I need another PR. I want everybody to work on the same file. So I'm going to create a file. Okay. I want conflict. I want people to create conflict. Okay. So I'm going to go and merge this. see no conflict. Why? Because even though the version of the code everybody had was different, it's no conflict because it's only taking the changes, right? So it doesn't have to be, it intelligently merges. It doesn't really say, oh, something else is added and now we cannot merge. No, it will not complain about it. It knows exactly. So now I'm gonna go to my,
I have a question on this. Sorry.
Mhm.
So in this scenario, for example, I'm working on a test file and Shubha is working on the same test file, right? And
Mhm.
I pushed the code, but I didn't merge it. And Shubha is about to push his code. Is he going to get a conflict, or do I have to merge it
No,
first?
no,
and
no, no,
then
only
we'll get
after the
conflict?
merge.
Okay,
Yes.
so we will merge
Yeah.
one at a time, and then okay, got it.
Yeah. Somebody had a folder called feature, but anyways, I didn't even see who did that. So anyways, I can actually find out who did it. It could be me, it could be somebody else. But anyways, so I'm
I
gonna
did
create a
it.
new
I'm
file.
sorry, Joel. I think I messed it up.
No worries, no worries. And I can show you as an example to find out who exactly did it. So at work, you can actually find out and say, hey, it wasn't me. Here's the evidence, right? So you can actually go back in commits and you can actually do git blame to kind of find out who exactly did what. So this could be an example. But anyways, on the test file, I'm gonna go create a new file and I want you guys to pull this new file. I want everybody to add a single test, nothing crazy. Again, something quick. And then let's see how many conflict we get, okay?
So we're gonna write the test case in this file that you're creating. So add the test cases here.
Yeah, I'm adding it. That's that. Okay, commit. Added a new file, whatever. Commit and push. Boom. Okay, so everybody should have this new file. It's committed directly to master, and you know why I didn't need a pull request, or you know why I didn't even create a new folder, whatever is the case, is because there will be this one guy who's maybe a test architect, who could be like a test manager, who has the higher privileges and he knows what he's doing, and he will be just pushing directly time to time, because if he creates pull requests, it's going to be a lot, because he probably writes a lot of code. But the best practice is that it has to be done through a pull request, no matter who it is. That's the best practice. But there will be times where you'll see somebody like that kind of authority. Anyways, so what are you gonna do? You're gonna go back to your VS Code. I'm gonna show you. Just carefully see it. Okay. You're gonna get out of your branch. This branch is no longer relevant. You already did the work. You're gonna go back to the branch called master. Okay. Once you went back to master, if you do right here, if you basically do git pull, okay, I should not only that you're gonna get learning conflict resolving. This is the file that I created. You'll also get other people's work, everybody else's test cases just now. Okay. So far so good. You guys, if you see this stuff, then you're good to go. And then let me know if everybody can do this much, and then we go to the next step.
How did you get to the master part?
Okay, so you click on the branch and then you can just choose master.
I did my pull.
Don't choose master, or don't choose like remote, right? Because you need the local one. This is your local master, that's master by itself.
Sorry, Jewel, can you show it again? Which master do you pick up?
So you click here and then you just choose master right here, just the master itself.
Okay, I can see everyone's test.
Okay, so you're good. You pulled it right after doing the master.
Right. Yeah.
Once you do the master, the next thing you need to
So
do,
it
you need
gave
to
me a
pull the
pop-up.
code.
It was asking, but you did the way that you click on this 3 dot, but it gave me a pop-up. It was saying that if you go to master, it will pull and push, something like that.
Yeah, that's fine. That means like it did it
Okay.
automatically for you. The VS Code is doing some of the work for you. Normally, before VS Code, back in the days, when we didn't have this fancy plugins, we would do all of these with commands, all of it. Okay, so anybody with any problems before we go to the next task? It's gonna be a 10 minutes task. Everybody's good? Okay.
I'm kind of stuck at the pulling part.
Where were we stuck? Do you were you able to go to the master?
Yes, it was.
Okay, and then you went back to this one and clicked on 3 dots and pull. This is the 3 dot right here. And then if you pulled it, I want you to click on the Explorer, and then you should see this file. As long as you see this file, then you pulled it properly.
Learning conflict was, yeah, I see.
Okay, good. So now you can start working on it. You can start to, so whoever is going to be doing it first test case before others is going to be the one who maybe
Jewel,
doesn't have to.
I have a question. I think I did it already, but I never created a branch.
That's fine. So let's say I'm going to give you guys another life-saving tips here, right? So let's say you already wrote the code, you never wrote the branch. If you click on master and create a new branch, it will carry on the changes that you did, and it will be in the new branch.
So since I pushed the code already, I'm going to create another branch and push it again.
Wait, you pushed the code in the master?
Yes,
Okay.
that's my mistake.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Let's see where that is. Learning. Okay, so you went ahead and pushed it. Let me restrict this so nobody else can do this. 1 second. Setting. Okay, allow merge. Always suggest updating pull request branches or suggest. Allow auto merge, no. Allow delete branches. Okay. Include this. Where is the option? 1 second. I gotta create a rule maybe. Okay. Rule sets. New rule. Branch rule. Import. Okay, new branch rule set. Required deployment test says require signed commit. Okay, required to pull request before merging. Okay. Boom. This is what I wanted to probably. Okay, that's good. Create. Cannot be blank. Oh, I gotta write the name of the room. Yeah. Okay, so now even if you try, you cannot push it. Now I mean at work. Yeah, at work, if you try to push, you would not be able to push it.
Can you do me a favor? Can you delete the
I'll
code
erase.
I pushed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'll erase it. Learning automation. I'll do it from here. So I'm going to do all this crazy thing, commit changes. Done. Okay. Shouldn't be there. Okay, so let's start seeing some conflicts. Okay, so I need you to create the test and push. So keep in mind, new branch name, feature / whatever, remember, you're gonna add the test cases or test. You're gonna then go ahead and push the code. You're gonna create the pull request. So up until pull request, you're not gonna see any problem. Okay, but create the pull request and then we'll start to. I'm gonna merge somebody's pull request first, because if we want to see conflict, we need to merge somebody's code. So let's see.
I don't know. I think I did something wrong. But I pushed it, but I cannot see it.
Did you create the
I
pull
cre-
request?
Oh, I
Okay,
have
so
to.
if you don't see it,
Okay, go ahead.
you go in here, find your branch.
Okay, so do I have to do the pull request again because I made a mistake?
So when you know, so if you see like one commit behind, so if you find your branch, you can then get an option somewhere here that it'll say create a PR.
Okay. So once I find it on the GitHub, I have to click create a pull request, right? Can I share my screen? Because I'm a
Yep.
little. Thank you.
Yeah, you just gotta create the pull request. Go ahead, share your screen.
All right, so I'm on this page. If you can see my screen, I have to create a pull request, right?
Yep, right there. Yep. You basically see the changes. It will show you what you're about to try and merge, right? It will give you the options. And one of the biggest mistake that I see, like new people that make, is that they don't know what they're pushing. So they get super confused. They end up pushing everything they have in their computer, and then they expect that to be merged. And so always try to see what you're pushing, like before you even create the PR, because they wouldn't see it until you create the PR.
Okay.
And you can also put excuse like I'm still working on it. Because if you
Okay.
create the PR, that means you're done, and then somebody can review it.
You can I share my
So
screen?
before.
So sorry, before I click the pull request, I have to I will see what I'm pushing, right?
Exactly. Click on a split. On the top, there is a split. Click on that. Okay. So what the split does, it tells you what was before and after.
Got it. So after looking at it, I'll just click on create.
Yeah. Now you feel like this is what you want to push, then you can create the pull request.
Okay. And then create pull request.
Yeah, I would put more description and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
it really depends on who's at work and what they're looking at. Like as a developer, you would have to put like demo, you'd have to put a video in there, how shit works.
Should I
But
put
as a QA,
should I have to put
no, so you can put like test pass or fail. You can actually you can put the results of the test
okay, so
in the description.
as a QA, I don't have to put the requirement here, right? Just the test result.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
And again, you have to go with the flow. So don't take my word.
Uh-huh.
Because at work, maybe you'll see like they don't even put anything, it's empty, and they only look at the code and done. So, and then sometimes you'll see at work, they want you to put description. But most of the time they don't care what you put because, we only care about the test at work.
Thank you.
But developers, they have to put like videos and demos and instruction on how to test and all that stuff. Okay, so Hossein, you want to share? Okay. So I should be seeing how many PRs? I should be seeing like at least 8 PR, right? Let's see. I got only one pull request, guys. And you guys are already like over the time.
No, the
It's
next
5 minutes.
but why I see the two screen, the one-on-one. When I try to write the code or test, it's not allowing me.
Yes, because you're not on the file explorer. Click on the first icon. You have to start to get to know. Okay, I'll tell you, Hossein, you gotta start using your computer more. I can feel that there is a less usage of the computer. So all the way in the top of the corner, you see the file explorer. Okay, file explorer. The first one, no, the first is you're outside of the that right there. Yeah. Now you click on the file that you want to update. You didn't even pull though. Did you pull anything?
Yeah, it's
Where is that for file that I added? You
that's
didn't pull that. Okay, let's go ahead and pull. How come you're so behind and you didn't tell me?
yeah, I did that before you saw that. You already sent me the
I know,
back.
but you're supposed to. Okay, so go ahead and pull. Click on the three dots, not from here, on the left side. Okay, you gotta start remembering things that we're doing here. So right here, you're gonna click on the three dots and then click on pull. Okay, let's go back after the pull is done. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so now create a branch, write a test, and then push.
Okay.
You remember how to push, so you
Mhm.
got to do it on your own. Okay, who else is?
Joel, I think by mistake I did a 2 pull requests. How do I delete one of them?
That's fine. That's fine. I'll you can close it from the website too, but
Okay.
we'll take a look. Okay, okay. If writing the test takes forever, just copy an existing test and paste it there. If that's something that you are not able to do. But writing the test should be like right now, back in your head, and should be like really be able to write the test without even spending too much time. Let's see who else, who else, who else. So everybody's good, right? We're at this point, we're good to go. Let me see how many pull requests I got. 2. Okay, so I only got 2 guys. Come on.
Jewel, are you sharing your screen? Sorry.
Okay, let me share. I only got 2 pull requests, and it's been already like 10 minutes, guys. It's very simple. Whatever we did before, we're doing the same thing.
Did you get mine? I'm not sure who you got. I don't know if I did it right.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. All right, so I'm gonna wait until you guys finish because otherwise, if I explain, nobody's gonna understand anything because you're busy with your creating your PR.
But it asks me the branch MD Hussein has no remote branch. Would you like to publish this branch? It's okay or don't ask again.
No. Read it, and then we did this before. So read it, and then you tell me what you want to do. We are pushing branch, right?
Mhm.
And this branch never existed before because you just created. So
Yes.
shouldn't you be clicking OK?
It's cancel maybe.
What?
The branch
I'm
MD
giving
Hussein
you a
is-
hint with my answer.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
giving you full answer.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna cancel it. I'm telling you, you create a new branch and you're interested in pushing.
Yeah,
So
it
now
should
if you read the message, it'll make sense.
Mhm. Yeah, it's done.
So, Jewel, I have another question. So if I create a pull request by mistake, like I have a different pull requests, can I delete it from the browser, the GitHub browser? Because right now, I'm looking at Farah's thing. She have 2 of them, and she doesn't have the option to delete them. I know. I mean, do we have to wait for the managers to delete it, or do we have to? Can we do it ourselves? Jewel, if you're talking, you're on mute.
Joel, we cannot hear you.
Oh yeah. You'd be able to close your own PRs regardless of your permissions. If you don't have enough permissions, you still be able to close the PR. So you create a PR and
I
you
did the
click
full
on it.
test. Yeah.
Okay, good. And then you just say close this PR. You're gonna write a message why. You're gonna say this PR is not needed. It's redundant. I have created another one, and I'll be closing this, and that's it. That's the way. Okay, so I got 4. That means 4 of. Oh, okay. I got 3 PRs. That means 3 people are good. Okay, I'm not leaving until you guys finish today. This should be like very easy because we did it like once, right? In the very beginning. Waiting for more PRs, guys, come on. And then we're gonna resolve some conflict and then we'll call it a night.
Can you check? I just pushed it. I just pushed it to. Can you check?
Alrighty, so what was the question? Sorry, I missed it. If you're pulling the code, you're gonna be clicking on this, and then
I
you'll be
just pushed the
clicking on this
code. I
thing.
just pushed it on new branch. You should see.
Okay. Okay, I don't see a PR though. I don't see a pull request. So you gotta create a pull request. Okay, for those who still at this stage where they're trying to pull, you click on these 3 dots and you pull. And then if you see this one, then you're good to go. You can start writing. Once you
Yeah,
finish
so
writing,
I pulled it, right? And on that file, I write my test cases and I pushed it on new branch. You told us to create a new branch, right?
I know, but you didn't listen.
Yeah.
So I'm not speaking to you. I'm saying anybody else who
Oh.
didn't even get to that point.
Okay.
What
But
I'm
I don't
saying to
see
you is that,
my. Yeah.
did you create a pull request? Do you remember creating the pull request?
Yeah, I did
But
that.
I don't see
And
it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we only have 4. If I go back in here, I gotta see what was the name of your branch. Did you push? You probably committed. You didn't push it. If you don't see a branch here, you didn't push. Look at that. Okay, so you can just push it again. Right here, click those 3 dots, push. If you committed already, but if you didn't commit, then you can commit and then push. Let's see how many pull requests. 4, 5 now. Okay. Galina, Jaidul. Okay, Farah, and then MD and Samir. I think I'm missing like 2 of you guys, or 2 or 3 of you guys. So I can move forward, but I'll give you guys another couple of minutes.
I'm sorry, Joel. I don't understand why I can't see my name there.
Did you push the branch?
I mean, I did commit and push it, I guess, right? And that
Do
was
you
it.
see your branch?
Yeah,
Can you see your
11111.
branch?
Right there in the center.
But that's
1111.
this is for this is the one?
Yeah.
No, but this is the one for the last one, right? You did, right? This is the same one that you did for the previous task, which is just creating a task and pushing. The new task was to pull the latest code from master, and then you'll get this folder from the master, file. And in that file, you just write a new test and send it over.
Learning. Okay.
Yep.
Thank
So you would have to first change the branch name to master. You gotta go back to master. Once you do that, you would have to go back here, pull. Okay, once you pull it and you confirm that your file is there, you can then create a new branch with the name that you like. And then you would add a new test. Once you added it, you will click on this. Again, write a commit message, commit and push, go back in here, create a PR, and we're good to go.
Joel, can I ask you another dumb question? So for example, I I'm working on a thing and I realize I made a mistake. I never did the pull. So if I do the pull for the master, is it going to delete all the new test file that I created?
No. So you
Okay.
see, like GitHub is there for a reason. It's pretty intelligent. So let's say you didn't pull anything and you already wrote the test, but you didn't change anything. You didn't touch anything that will conflict, meaning it's not
Okay.
the same file that was changed in master. Then you can pull and it'll apply the changes. But let's say you're working on a file that already belongs to master and somebody else made the change and you're trying to pull that, it's going to tell you like, it's going to give you a window to choose basically which line of code is yours and his and which one would you like to keep and things like that. So you'll get a choice.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, I think I'm waiting on three people more. I got the 6, maybe 2, right? Not 3.
So I accidentally
let's
X'd
see.
out of everything, and because I was trying to do the master and it wouldn't allow me to go
No,
into
it's
what you were
fine.
showing me.
Yeah, you can open it back up. Everything should be the way it is.
I tried doing that through like the welcome screen and then like open file, and then I did the temp thing, and I added everything. It's not the same.
Okay, so when you open your VS Code, right? And this is okay for the first time if you're opening and you get to see this. Don't just go
Yeah.
ahead and click on open. Just go to your recent. You should have your projects listed on the recent list, and you can just go ahead and click on whichever project that you're working on.
It's showing me the old, like the automation that we've been working on.
It doesn't show the one that you cloned. That can be. Can you share your screen? That's impossible.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe I'm wrong. Hold on, let's see.
is this? Yeah, that's
So here's where I'm at. I'm sorry. Here, let me just kind of really quick show you what I was
just
doing.
go ahead and X out of everything and then let's reopen the whole thing. Because here I wouldn't be able to just get out of that. Because you chose the folder and anything belonging to that folder, it could be like a parent folder.
Sure.
Yeah. So I did.
So you see the Playwright automation right there. That's the one. That's the one you want. Okay. So you see learning conflict thing. You already pulled it. See?
Oh,
so
okay. Now it looks a little different.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. Click on it. You wrote the test, but before you push, I would say create a branch name, and then you can push it.
So this is the way it would. Sorry,
yeah, click on
can't
create.
see something.
Yeah.
And then the same way, right? Feature and then whatever.
Some numbers, yeah. But at work, the number will be a ticket number that created and assigned to you.
Okay. And then create that, let's say, something like that. And then you're saying just to create a new like file, right? Sorry, what the hell am I doing wrong?
Are you trying to push?
No, I'm trying to create another like JS file.
Okay. No, you don't have to create another JS file.
No.
You're just you're just updating this file. That's it.
What would I update
the whole reason? You just create a new test. I mean, I think this is your test now. Is it? You pasted this.
No, I did not.
But okay, let's see. We didn't merge anything, so we shouldn't have any. Let's see what the master has. Maybe you pulled it ahead of time before I erased the changes with there. So maybe you pulled it before. Okay, that's fine. Just add another. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't even. This was probably. Oh, you pushed it. 10 minutes ago, you pushed it.
I did.
Yeah. Oh no, so Galina pulled it. Actually, Galina did that. Okay, so Galina already finished, but she pushed it directly to master, which I restricted, so nobody will be able to do that anymore. Okay, so you're good. You just add a new task underneath and then create a pull request basically. Okay, guys.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go back to what I was trying to teach you guys because it's taking too much time. Okay, so now that we have 7 PRs, okay, and for those who couldn't even finish up until here, make sure that you do at least you do a few PRs to get comfortable because you're going to be doing a lot and moving forwards. So let's say this guy, Tamim's
Joel, you're
one,
not
let's say,
sharing the
right?
screen.
No, we don't share screen.
Oh, you don't see the screen? Okay. Second. Okay, screen 2, share. Okay. So let's say Tamim's was the first one to send. He has no conflict, right? And seems like what he did is, oh, let me see if he has a conflict or not. He continued. I don't see any conflict here, so continue. Okay, so this is fine. This branch has no conflict. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and merge his code. So what he did, he's basically replaced this with this, right? And the reason why it's showing like this is because he probably these changes probably came afterward. But okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just approved, and I'm gonna push this change so we can start to see some problems. So his one is approved and gone. So now another person, okay, so another person, let's say Farah's one, right? If I go into the if I go into this and it says, oh, this branch has a conflict, right? Because it's the same file. This is the same file that was approved, created by Farah. So now what I will do as a reviewer, this is the old way of doing it. So like I see, like if she force push, if I force push now, then it'll be erased. Tamim's changes is gonna be gone. So we cannot do that, okay? So I'm gonna show you how to resolve this. There's 2 ways to do it. We can do it directly from here, which I don't wanna teach right now. It's too easy. So now I'm gonna say, request a change. I'm gonna ask for please resolve conflict, okay? Something like that, and submit. So now Farah can share your screen. I can show you what to do next from here. And so I requested a change before this could be merged, and she'll go ahead and update her branch. She'll stash, unstash, fix it, and then we go from there. So okay, so now your branch, you're still in that branch. You can basically, before you do stash or unstash, let's try to pull from the master, because master now has a new change, right? So go ahead and do, yeah, so okay. Not here, yeah, go to the GitHub, okay. So now click on the 3 dots.
3 dots.
So if you, yeah, right there. So if you want to pull from master, if you just do pull right now, it will pull from your own branch. It doesn't know which branch. So you're going to click on branch right there in the bottom.
Branch.
Keep going.
Branch here.
Branch, yeah. Yeah. And then you're going to say merge branch.
Merge branch.
So you want, yeah, you want master to be merged to your, this is not the master. You want remote master. So look for origin/master.
Origin master.
That. Okay, click that. And boom, conflict. Okay, so now it says, okay, resolve the conflict. I don't click anything yet. There is a option where it says resolve in merge editor. You see, like it gives you so many things. So now it gives you like, it gives the option on the top. It says accept incoming changes, combine changes, accept current changes, whatever, right? So now you can actually expand that a little bit. You can go down a little bit to see what was the change. So keep going down a little bit so you can kind of see it, right? And see the options that you have on the screen. It says accept incoming change, combine, incoming, change, and ignore, right?
Mhm.
So the best thing to do is that let's say both of the tasks you want to put it, you want to accept both. You want to accept the incoming first. Okay, so you see accept combine both, accept, second option, and incoming
Accept
first. So
combine
click,
incoming first.
yep, click that.
Mhm.
Okay, and then click on complete merge right there.
Yep.
Complete merge. You see now you have two tasks. You didn't really do anything. You didn't harm his test. His test still there. Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. So now that you have his test and your test, now what you can do next is that you have to commit and push, right? So versus commit, you're gonna write and say resolved conflict and then push, commit and push right there. Write a message and say resolved merge conflict.
Conflict. Resolve,
Okay, so
merge, conflict.
and then commit and push. So what you did is basically you pull the change from master to your own branch, and then you that changes now became current with the remote master. So remote master is no longer any different. So now I will go in here, since you already pushed, you see you had this thing. So changes requested.
Stop sharing.
Yeah, you can stop sharing. Yeah. 1 second, let me see first. Where's my Zoom? Oh, there we go. Okay, so the conflict was removed. So if I go in here, okay, let me go back to your pull request. Okay, that's supposed to be this one. Did you push though? Because I don't see anything. I don't see it came through.
I did
I don't think
commit
you
and push.
Do you have to refresh to do that or no?
This is the branch, right? For conflict learning. I mean, on my side, it should be, it's supposed to be coming in here. Because like if I go to the commit, right? Look, you only have one commit. I don't see the one commit message that you just did. So do push. Git push, because you did the commit, you didn't push. Let's see. Still not here, so you didn't push it.
My branch, it says Farah conflict learning.
Right. This is the same branch.
Yeah. That's where I did it. Hold on, let me try again.
Just do push, because I think you probably just did commit.
Jill, can I share my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This one, right? Share. All right, so you can see it's Farah conflict learning.
Yeah, so first, before you even push, right, I see the red stuff. That means, you did merge, you did fix the conflict, but the test is not happy, right? Maybe something was missed here. There is no closing for the first test. So you have to fix that. Yeah. And then the import part goes always on the top. It's not in the middle. That import needs to be at the top, and maybe there's two imports. So when you fix merge conflict, you have to make sure that any duplicate stuff you don't keep, right? So for example, both tests have import, so you don't need that extra one. So you can remove that. You don't need extra one, so go ahead and remove.
All right, so this one has
okay, and then fix that too.
That's good. This one import comes. Okay, we can. No, there is no import.
So this one, your line number 10 and line number 22. Look at the difference.
Okay. Oh. No.
You don't see the difference? You don't see parentheses?
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Okay, so that's that there. Okay, wait a minute. So then why there's still problems?
The parentheses
Oh, you
needs
got
to go
the,
from here.
you put another extra one over there somehow. Okay, okay. So now the both of the tests are working and healthy because, you know, part of resolving conflict is that you don't break other people's tests also. So make sure to resolve conflict and updated test.
Wait. Resolve conflict, updated test, and then commit and push.
Yeah.
Would you like
Okay,
to
yes.
state? Yes.
Yeah, because you didn't stage it. So it VS Code is nice enough to give you the option in the process. Anyways, so let's
Can I
see
stop sharing?
if that was, hold on, let me see if that was the, that came here or not. I don't see, I mean, this, hold on, let me see. It's still pushing, you see? Okay, it's taking a while, but I don't know why. So let's see. By now it should be here. I don't see the commit though. That's the crazy part because maybe you had an error or something. Okay, Farah conflict learning dash dash dash. Okay, this is two different branch. So you okay? So I'm looking at the duplicate, the other one. I'm not looking at the right branch. So you have a branch called Farah dash learning dash, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have another branch that is Farah conflict learning without any dashes. So
No.
which one is the one that I should be looking?
I think
So
it's
she created two different branch and she closed one. I think she opened the one that she closed it.
The one that she closed is the one she's making changes to as of right now. I can tell.
Yes.
Okay.
So you have to go back in there.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go with another person's as an example for this because then we're gonna spend too much time. Okay, so I'll let you figure that out. Now let's say I will.
Can you share your screen?
One second. Yeah, it's kind of late, so I'm gonna try to finish with the next example. All right, so let's see. I'll go with Lahore, right? I mean, so now you see that you have a conflict, right? Because somehow you got your changes, but then it's saying that it's a merge conflict, so I don't even have the option to merge it. So no matter how much requests you're making, like please merge my stuff, I'll take you to lunch or whatever at work, right? And it doesn't help because he doesn't even have this option. And then if you merge it forcefully, okay, there is an option somewhere here if you're an admin, and you merge it forcefully, that means you're gonna erase everybody else's work. So now, Lahul, if you want to share your screen, we'll finish with your example for the night. So, and everybody else will resolve conflict and send it back so we can keep merging it. Are you can you guys hear me? Okay,
Yes.
Lahul, I'm talking. Yeah. Maybe he might be busy. So okay, so let's go with somebody
Can you
else.
see my
Oh, okay.
screen?
Yeah, yeah. Let's see, one sec. Are you sharing? Okay, I don't see your screen.
Can you?
No. We'll choose somebody else because I think your internet is pretty
Yeah,
lagging also. Okay.
It's a use screen.
That's fine.
Yeah, it says stop.
Yeah, your internet is pretty slow right now because we can't hear you properly. So, all right, let's choose somebody else. Let's see. Does that push twice? Okay, I'll choose Galina if you're around. Oh, you didn't push anything, Galina. You have an empty file. Okay, so you don't have any conflict because you have nothing to look at. Okay, guys. Again, I don't extend the time. I do want to make sure that everybody get back to their regular normal life after this. Removing merge conflict we already saw. Okay, after all Farah has to do now is push. The only reason it didn't work is because she has a branch that was already killed and she was working on that branch. So that's not a problem. Let's see, there is another branch that Tamim has, maybe you can quickly show.
Sure.
Do you have, okay, compare, see, you got the, okay, I'll create the pull request, right? And then if it's the same, no, but this is empty, okay. All right, that's fine. I don't extend the time for the day. For those who missed how to remove conflict, just go back in that specific section of the video and you'll be able to see it. But it was pretty much that, right? You just do it that way, and that was like the easiest way. Like that's like almost like my way that I do it. I've been doing it for this way for a very long time. I don't do the stashing and unstashing. But I was going to show you guys stash and unstash maybe another day. But remember, next class, you guys are gonna be writing tests as we go, and we're gonna keep pushing. Maybe I'll show you guys at that time. If you still feel discomfort about writing test cases, and I'm talking about basic test cases, then you need to go back before it's too late. Okay, so if you still want to be in the class and you want to finish successfully within the 3-month time frame, then I would say go back and learn it. And the other thing is, if for those that are new, if you don't finish successfully and you're looking for jobs, I may not, like if you, for whatever reason, you didn't finish the class or whatever is the case, I may not work with you because it makes no sense. It's, I will be wasting your and my time. So for those that are brand new, if you learn it, at least 50% of everything that we're doing, I can promise you that in the 3 months time frame, it'll change your life. So keep doing the hard work. For those that are learning automation because you're already working, this will also change your life. Now you don't have to be afraid and feel like, avoiding automation related questions. You can actually now talk to developers because you write code too. Pull requests now will have meanings to you. You'll know how to push pull code and you'll be a bit more technical when you talk to anybody. And they will feel it too. So it will also change your life. You're still working, doing some manual testing maybe, and some automation. So this is definitely going to help. At least 2 of you guys that I know from this group, we took interviews last week. And I'm not gonna name anybody's name, but we'll let you guys know if we have any good news. And even in this market, and I'm talking about, it's really, really dry. And not a lot of people are hiring, but even then, 2 people from this group alone has a possibility of getting an offer very soon. So let's see. Obviously, we'll probably make an announcement when they get an offer. But keep working hard. Like I said, if you are brand new and you don't finish, then I cannot promise to work with you. But if you do finish it, I will continue to work with you until you get a job. So that's my promise to you. Anyways, I will see you guys on Tuesday.
Joe, before you drop off, sorry, can I make a request? Can we create, like, I know you provide one of the website called sourcedemo.com. Can we have one JS file and all of us can start creating a test case under the same website, and we can basically text each other on the group and say, let's, I need someone to approve this. I think, can we do something like this? It will help us to learn this.
Yeah, so yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention, moving forward, you'll be using this. So you guys can keep pushing here and you don't have to show me your branch. That'll be easier. And you can keep improving. If you see something that I made mistake or wrong, you can improve and send a pull request. in terms of the test or whatever. If you see there is a test that is incomplete, doesn't have any, it's not organized properly the way that we talked about, you can do it, and then you can send a pull request. But before you do it, make sure you create an assignment right here, and then assign it to yourself. And anybody else who will do the same, make sure you look at the assignments list, so you don't duplicate somebody else's work. You don't end up doing something that somebody's already working. And then if you guys create test cases, first you have to write the test scenario, okay? And once you write the test scenario, I want you to still create an issue, write a ticket. I want you to create a ticket here before you work on and create a pull request. So each pull request description should have a ticket number, a real ticket number moving forward, not a random 6-digit that you worked on. And then the homework part, which I totally forgot. It is a long day. I still have to, after this, I have to go for a release. Anyways, so the homework is going to be that you're going to create at least 2 pull requests, okay? And you're going to create at least bare minimum 4 tests. Okay, I'm going to be easy on you. Only 4 tests, but it has to be meaningful tests. It cannot be just whatever tests, right? You create yourself an issue here, and you assign those to yourself, and you work on it. But the issue creation has to be done today, right? So that way you know what you're working on. So after this, maybe you're getting dinner, and you finish your dinner, sit down, just create 2 issues, right? Meaning 2 user stories, and say which test cases. I want you to write down what you're about to automate. So like, for example, first I will visit whatever, write the steps, and then you follow that and write your automated test. So it's going to be 2 pull requests per person for the next class as a homework. Each test will have their own, it's going to be 4 tests, and we're going to have tickets for those.
So Jewel, when you create our test, are we all of us going to create in the same file, or we'll have our own file? Are we going to create?
You can have your own file. Yeah, you can. You don't have to. Conflict was for learning, so you can have your own. I don't want to have like 10 conflicts and tell people what to do.
We are pushing it to the master, or we will create our own branch?
You create a branch. Look, if you push it to the master directly moving forward, you'll get to do 10 more test cases as an extra homework. So just keep that in mind. Because at work you'll get fired. So I'm doing the least possible thing. All right. Any question, guys, for the homework?
Can you repeat
Okay,
once?
for the homework?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna type it here. I'm gonna create a new issue. Okay, so I'm gonna write it here. So you guess homework assignment, right?
And you want us to do
4 tickets.
We're using Palm.
Ticket will, yes, of course. There is that's not even a question. You have to use Palm. 4 tickets. Each ticket should have their own PR, right? Pull request. So we have 4 tickets, 4 PRs, and then each ticket. So when I say ticket, I'm talking about this, right? When you create a ticket, should have scenario and the steps before you even write those automated tests. So the due date for writing the issues. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it here. So homework assignment number 22. If you go in there, you got to create 4 tickets for 4 different scenarios. Each scenario, you're going to put the steps that you will be automating. That's a commitment. Once you put it, you cannot put it. You cannot go back, right? If you commit to yourself, you chose the scenarios yourself, right? So you cannot go back. So view-wise, when you choose the scenario, once you put it, then you have the next 4 or 5 days, I think, like until next Tuesday to complete your homework before 5 p.m. Okay, but at least I want to see the issues are done. At least sometime today, maybe before tomorrow. Okay. So at least I know that you guys committed, you guys made the commitment of 4 test cases, and you already know what test cases you want to work in. That's it.
We can use the same website we used before, right?
Same websites.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine, but make sure it's different test scenarios.
Got it.
Challenge yourself, right? That's one of the reason why I'm even enforcing everybody to write the issues first, because then it will challenge yourself, like, you know, because in the beginning you'll be more optimistic. The moment you start writing and like, oh man.
Got it.
But that's okay, because you're gonna still challenge yourself to finish those. All right, it's too much time today, but
Thank you.
I'll see you guys on Tuesday. You're welcome.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.